Masala Mama here. Let's make chicken kebabs. I also call them chicken chapli kebabs. I will post the ingredients on the screen. The best tip I'm going to give you here is that you dedicate a day when you're going to make these kebabs. Buy everything fresh, including the ground chicken. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grind all my fresh onions and ginger and garlic. You can do this by hand, but it's a lot of work. Use your chopper. And what you're looking for are tiny pieces of onion and a little bit of the onion juice. And I find this makes the kebabs so soft. And I've used different choppers here. So for example, I've used my chopper for the onions, and I use this mini chopper for my green chilies. And it just minces them perfectly. Then I use my magic bullet to grind my ginger, because I don't want minced ginger, just ground up. And same for the garlic. So now everything is ready. I also have a bowl of chopped cilantro ready to go. Traditionally, you eat chapli kebab, they're made of beef or lamb, but I find these chicken ones are so good. And again, you can mix in a large bowl, but I'm going to use my KitchenAid mixer. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting half the ground chicken and half of the spices. So the salt, red chili powder, the crushed chilies. If you don't want your chicken to have any kind of spice in it, then maybe omit the crushed chilies. The other point I want to make is the ground coriander seeds. Make sure they're little coarse. Don't use pure coriander powder. I find the little pieces of coriander in it just gives it so much better taste. Next, I'm going to add in half of my ground onions, garlic. There's a little piece of garlic needs to go. There, it's gone. Ginger. And again, please use everything fresh, like fresh ginger, fresh garlic. It's just going to make the kebab taste so much better. And I'm going to add in the minced green chilies. Now, these are spicy, so you can omit them, or you can use the green chilies that are not so spicy, because the green chilies will at least give it some other really nice depth of flavor. And I'm going to use this hook to just knead it all well together. And I added more of the ground chicken and more of the spices, more of everything else. And then I made sure this was all ground really well. And once it's all mixed, it should have a nice consistency like this. Before you even actually start making the kebabs and freezing them, take a little bit of it, fry it, and taste it. You want to make sure that all the seasonings are perfect. So for example, if your family doesn't eat a lot of salt, whatever salt is in the ingredients, use less and then adjust later. And if everything's perfect but the salt is not perfect, your kebab's not going to taste good. So the final thing I'm going to add to that is freshly chopped coriander or cilantro or hara dhania. And just give it a quick mix and we're ready to make our patties. What I did do was I left this in the fridge for an hour to really mix in all the flavors, and then I started making the patties. You can make this in whatever shape you like. I'm making them all flat like that so I can fry them. They're easy to fry, and you can make burgers from them, or you can eat them just like that. So I froze them overnight and they freeze really well. And now it's up to you how you want to pack it. I've used this bowl before. It's a really nice deep plastic bowl, and you don't need any new saran wrap. I just used the ones that I covered the kebabs when I was freezing them. And all you have to do is layer the kebabs, and the parchment paper I reused it. You just fold it and you just make layers with that. And that's it. This amount of ground beef made 40 kebabs. And all you have to do when you need them is you pull whatever number out, let them thaw, fry them, or you can make them in the oven or even in your air fryer. If you aren't already, follow me on my YouTube channel, Masala Mama.